Dear cadets, good morning. So yesterday I taught you activated complex, threshold energy, activation energy. Now today I am going to teach you how the reaction gets progress, how reaction proceeds. So just try to understand. Basically there are two types of reaction. One is endothermic reaction, another one is endothermic reaction. In endothermic reaction, exothermic reaction, last year they were there in enthalpy chapter and we discussed in detail. So just see for exothermic reaction, what is the meaning of enthalpy? Enthalpy equal to delta H equal to Hp minus Hr. And you know for exothermic reaction, the reactant energy is greater than product Hp. That is why delta H for exothermic reaction is negative. What about endothermic reaction? In endothermic reaction, delta H equal to Hp minus Hr. Now for endothermic reaction, the enthalpy of product is greater than Hr, means the reactant enthalpy. That is why delta H is positive for endothermic reactions. Now just try to understand how can you determine whether given reaction is exothermic or endothermic. Suppose this is A plus B. This is the reactant and AB is the product. Reactant, okay? Reactant, this is product. Now try to understand. During the equilibrium time, the enthalpy or energy of product is equal to energy of reactant. Now try to understand. Suppose before and after the equilibrium. Before equilibrium, suppose the reactant energy is greater than that of product. Then what is there? System always want to have an equilibrium. We also want to have an equilibrium. You also want to have an equilibrium. Similarly, chemical reaction also wants to have equilibrium. So now here what is there? Suppose reactant energy is more than that of product. This is the condition. Then what reactant will do? How reactant will establish the equilibrium with the product? Now reactant will release energy to the surrounding. If reactant energy is greater than product, then it wants to have equilibrium with the product. So what it will do? It will release, it will evolve energy to the surrounding. And now the condition would be at the time of equilibrium, what will be there? Hr will be equal to Hp at the time of equilibrium. So just try to understand. Now this is the case when reactant energy is more than that of product, then reactant will release energy to the surrounding and the reaction is said to be exothermic. Now condition is reversed. Suppose product energy is more. Product energy is more than that of reactant. Already condition I have written. Hp is greater than Hr. Now what is the condition now? Now this time product want to have equilibrium with the reactant. So what product will do? What product will do? Product has nothing to do. Only reactant will this time absorb energy from the surrounding. Absorb energy from the surrounding. So that Hr becomes equal to Hp and equilibrium can be established. Equilibrium can be established. This is the condition. So in a nutshell what we can say? When reactant energy is more than that of product, so reactant will evolve or release energy to the surroundings so that it can have equilibrium with the product. If product energy is more than that of reactant, so reactant will absorb energy from the surroundings so that its energy becomes equal to product and equilibrium can be established. In that condition, reaction is known as endothermic reaction. Okay. So now we have got the concept of exothermic and endothermic reaction. Now I am making a plot between energy and progress of the reaction. Progress of the reaction. This side also already I have written. Now try to understand this is the progress of reaction for exothermic reaction. So in exothermic reaction, the reactant energy is more. So don't take here. You start from here. Okay. So now here earlier its energy is more. Whose energy is more? Here you write Hr. Hr energy is more. So now it is more only. Now after some time what will be there? Its energy will be released, and now its energy is decreasing. So just try to understand. At beginning, whose energy was more? Reactant energy was more than that of product. Now dotted line I am showing here. So just see, this is the peak, means till here the reactant energy was more. Now it starts declining. Just see here. Now try to understand here. This peak, at this peak, let us take this example only. At this peak, activated complex between A and B will be formed. You know what are the activated complex? The state between reactant and product. And here what was the reactant now? A plus B. They were the reactant here. And now here what will be there? Here HP. HP means product. What is the product here? AB is the product. So here reactant energy. Now you can see in this graph that the reactant energy is more than that of product. So HP is here. Now that much difference is there. See, that much difference is there. At this much reactant energy is more than that of product. Now try to understand. Here at P, you know that activated complex only form when reactant energy is equal to activation energy. So this value is known as activation energy, EA. This is activation energy. So I hope that you have got the progress of the reaction. So this is activation energy for exothermic reaction. Same is the case with here, but this time graph will be different. Now in case of endothermic reaction, the product enthalpy is more, means energy of product is more and energy of reactant is less. So you start from here. Now this time just see here only. So just see here. This line will be here and this line will be here. Now here also you can make. Just see. This is the reactant energy and this is the product energy. That much difference is there. Product is less by this much energy. Reactant is more by this much energy. Here what is there? Just see. This time here HR is there and here what is there? HP is there. So this time HP is more by this one. Here HR, this is HP energy. Product is here AB. Here reactant is A plus B. Now activation energy is here. Now here what is there? Here also you can write. This is activated complex. Activated complex. Now here also A dotted line B, that is activated complex. Now this time product is more. Just see that much energy. Here write HP. Here also you can write HP. This is the graph. So this is for endothermic reaction and this is for exothermic reaction. So in exothermic reaction, reactant energy is more. In endothermic reactions, reactant energy is less. So this is, and what is this one? EA, activation energy. So this is for endothermic and exothermic reactions and their progress with respect to energy. So difference between, just see here, the difference between HR and HP is known as delta H. So delta H you can write. Here also difference between HR and HP is delta H. This is only difference between HR and HP. So now in this case delta H would be C. reactant is more than that of product, that is why it is negative. In this case, delta H would be positive. Just see. Dear cadet, this line will be up to here. So if you see clearly, yes, in exothermic reaction case, the activation energy is required that much only. Means when the energy of the reactant is more, then less amount of activation energy is required. When the energy of the reactant is less, you just see that much amount of energy is required. So just see, in a nutshell, what we can say, for an exothermic reaction, the activation energy required is less. For endothermic reaction, the activation energy required is more. Just see, it is very clear with the help of this graph. And one more thing is here, activated complex is only formed when energy of the reacting species become equal to threshold energy. Here also you can make, this is ET, threshold energy. ET equal to threshold energy. ET, that is threshold energy. Threshold. Here also you can write ET equal to threshold energy. Threshold energy. So this is all about the progress of the reaction. Activated complex only formed when energy of the reacting species is equal to activation energy or greater than activation energy. And now just see, what is the meaning of threshold energy? Threshold energy is the sum of activation energy plus average kinetic energy of the molecules. Average kinetic energy of the molecules is always with the reacting species. In this way, this is finished. One more important thing is there, if any reaction is slow, so what is the meaning of that one? Activation. Now I am writing here two reactions. Just see, NO plus O2 equal to NO2. Suppose right here half. Now CO plus half O2, that is equal to CO2. Let us see, this reaction is fast, this reaction is slow. What does it indicate? Fast reaction means less activation energy required. Less activation energy. Less activation energy. And what about this one? More activation energy. More activation energy. Slow means what is it? It requires more energy, then only it will be complete. Dear cadet, now one more topic is there which is related with this chapter, that is activation energy and reversible reaction. Activation energy and reversible reaction. What is the reversible reaction? Reversible reactions are those reactions which are carried out in both directions, forward direction and backward direction. So now question arises here, whether the amount of activation energy needed for forward direction and backward direction is same or different. So just see, first I will teach you exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction means this is for exothermic reaction and this graph is for endothermic reaction. Just see here. Just see. Try to understand here. For exothermic reaction, this is the graph. Here threshold energy, here reactant energy. You know, for exothermic reaction, reactant energy is more than that of product. That is why this graph is there. For product, this graph is there. Now try to understand. Graph is like that only. Here activated complex will form when energy is equal to threshold energy. Now just see. Remember, for forward direction reaction, activation energy is this much. That much. EK, activation energy for the forward reaction. And now try to understand activation energy for the backward direction reaction backward means energy of activation EA backward. Difference means delta is equal to the difference of activation energy of forward direction reaction and backward direction reaction. So what we can conclude here, for exothermic reaction delta H equal to EA forward is smaller than activation energy for the forward direction reaction is smaller than that of activation energy required for the backward direction reaction. Hence overall delta H value is negative. You can see in the graph. Just remember one thing, for the forward direction reaction energy required from the reactant side. For the backward direction reaction activation energy required from product side. So this is the already written EA backward. This is product line, product energy line. Now what about endothermic reaction? Same, everything is same only. Only what is the difference? For endothermic reaction the reactant energy is less than that of product. Already you know this. So now try to understand. For endothermic reaction this is EA forward. EA forward. And what about this one? EA backward. EA backward. EA backward. So just see, for endothermic reaction the reactant energy is less. Reactant energy is less. So you require more amount of activation energy so that the activated complex can be formed. For product energy is more. So now for backward direction activation energy required is less. So here summary is given. For endothermic reaction EA forward is greater than EA backward. That is why overall delta H is positive. So summary is given here. You can note down and clear cut diagram is also there. The next topic is now role of catalyst in rate of reaction. Dear cadet, now next topic is effect of catalyst on rate of reaction. So you know what are the catalysts? Catalysts are the inorganic substance which increase the rate of reaction. So try to understand. Earlier what was there? There were two types of catalyst. One is positive catalyst and another one is the negative catalyst. What were the positive catalyst? Catalyst which increase the rate of reaction, that is positive catalyst. And catalyst which decrease the rate of reaction, that is known as negative catalyst. Nowadays what is there? Catalyst word is only used in positive catalyst sense only. Means wherever catalyst word is there, it means they are increasing the rate of reaction. Then what about negative catalyst? So instead of telling negative catalyst, they are known as inhibitor. So now in place of negative catalyst, the term inhibitor is used. So what are the inhibitor? Inhibitor are the inorganic substance which decrease the rate of reaction. So always remember, wherever catalyst word is there, it means they are increasing the rate of reaction. One reaction is written here. This is method of preparation of oxygen in laboratory. This is potassium chlorate. This is the substance which is used in the firecrackers also. Now suppose this is MnO2 which is written above the arrow mass. This is catalyst. Suppose catalyst you have not taken, so the decomposition of potassium chlorate will take a lot of time. But the moment you take MnO2, just a pinch of MnO2, then the decomposition of KClO3 will take place very fastly. So who has increased the rate of reaction? MnO2 only. So MnO2 is here catalyst. But question arises here, how does catalyst increase the rate of reaction? That is the question. How does catalyst increase the rate of reaction? So now different theories have been proposed to explain the role of catalyst in increasing the rate of reaction. Actually, the complete definition of catalyst is the inorganic substance which increase the rate of reaction without taking part without taking part, or you can write catalyst is the inorganic substance which increase the rate of reaction and remain unchanged in terms of chemical composition, and weight at the end of reaction. So just try to understand, these are the substance, they are responsible for increasing the rate of reaction without taking part in the reaction. So the question arises here, how? So just see, I told you different theories have been proposed. Actually what is there, catalyst is means increasing the rate of reaction because number one, they provide alternative path for the completion of reaction by changing their physical state. Means they will change their physical state and will provide the alternative path for the completion of reaction. One thing. Second one thing, for the completion of any reaction, what is the required? Activation energy required. If more activation energy required, reaction will be slow. If less activation energy required, reaction will be fast. So just see, somewhere catalyst decrease the activation energy value. That is why the rate of reaction is increasing. So these are the two roles. There are some other specific nature of catalyst also. What are those? Their small amount can catalyze the reaction. Second one thing is they are very specific, means one catalyst can catalyze one specific reaction only, means they are highly specific. Third one thing is catalyst only increase the rate of reaction, but it does not affect the equilibrium. Means what is there? Catalyst only increase the rate of reaction, but it will not affect the equilibrium. It only helps in the fast attainment of the equilibrium. Question arises here, why? Why catalyst does not affect the equilibrium state? Because they increase the forward as well as backward direction reaction both simultaneously and with the equal ease. Means whatever rate of forward direction reaction increases, same way backward direction reaction will also be increased with the same magnitude. That is why they do not affect the state of equilibrium. They only help in the fast attainment of equilibrium. So these are the things which should be written here. So dear cadets, the role of catalyst, everything I have summarized here, and whatever I told earlier, explained, everything I have written here. Everything is written. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now this point is, fifth point is very important. How do they increase the rate of reaction? They increase the rate of reaction because number one thing, they provide the alternative path for the completion of reaction. And second one, they decrease the activation energy value. So if activation energy value is less, then what is there? Reaction will be completed very easily. So all these, and one more important thing is there, they do not affect the equilibrium state because they increase the forward and backward direction reaction with the same magnitude. That is why they help in the fast attainment of equilibrium, but they do not change the equilibrium state. So, and they do not change the delta H value also. What is the delta H value? Overall enthalpy change. And now that side I have made one graph that is for the progress of the reaction with the catalyst and progress of the reaction without catalyst. So just see HR and HP, means HR energy is more than that of HP, means this is progress of reaction is an example of exothermic reaction. Just see here, this is the path without catalyst, uncatalyzed reaction path. But when you add the catalyst, then what is happening? Just see. Now this is the catalyzed reaction path, dotted line, and you see earlier that much activation energy was required. Now how much activation energy is required? That much only activation. So this is EA without catalyst and this is EA with catalyst. So that much energy is reduced or not? That much activation energy is reduced. Less activation energy, that is delta EA. That much energy is reduced if catalyst is added, and it is supposed that catalyst is taking part in the reaction in this way. Suppose this is the reaction A plus B. So here what is there? Activated complex, and this will be forming the product. So this is the reactant. This is activated complex, and this is product. What is this one? Product. Now this is without catalyst. Now suppose catalyst is there. So just see A plus B. Now suppose C is the catalyst. So of course now product will be AB only. But see how the reaction will be taken place. First A plus B, they will form one reaction intermediate with C catalyst. This is activated complex. Later on AB product will form and C will be released. Means what is the meaning of this one? C is catalyst here. So this is reaction with the catalyst. Here you can write reaction with catalyst. Just see here. C is taking part here and making the activated complex. But at the end, catalyst is released. So this is the role of catalyst. Means catalyst take part in the chemical reaction, but at the end they remain unchanged in terms of chemical composition and weight. In this way, this chapter is completed. Only one numerical of activation energy is less. With the help of Arrhenius equation, that also I am going to complete. Dear cadets, now one numerical which is based on Arrhenius equation. So just see in Arrhenius equation there are different things with different expressions, and if everything is given except one, we can calculate that thing very easily. Just see here what is there. For decomposition reaction, the value of rate constant K at two different temperatures are given below. K1 equal to 2.15 into 10 raised to the power minus 8 liter mole inverse second inverse at 650 Kelvin, and 2.39 into 10 raised to the power minus 7 liter mole inverse second inverse at 700 Kelvin. Calculate the activation energy for the reaction. Activation energy you have to calculate. And what is the formula here? Log K2 by K1. Log K2 by K1 equal to what is there? Another form of this equation equal to what is this? EA by 2.303 RT, and here what is there? 1 by T2 minus T1. Directly you can write full expression. T2 minus T1 divided by T1 T2. That is our equation. So now every value we have got here. Log K2 value is, this is 2.39 into 10 raised to the power minus 7 divided by K1 value is 2.15 into 10 raised to the power minus 8. EA we have to calculate. Now 2.303, R value we know 8.13 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse. R value you will have R equal to 8.134 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse. This value you will have. So just put here 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse. Now here what is there? Here only R. This is 8.314. 8.314. Now here what is there? Just see. What is T2 here? Just see. Temperature is given. T2 temperature is 700. T1 temperature is 650 divided by 700 into 650. 650. So now you solve this one. So just see, if you solve this one, now see, this will go here, so only 10 will be left. Now 20 you increase here, 20 you increase here, so this will become 2,23900. This also become 21500. Yes, you solve this one. If you solve this one and see the log table value, you will get 1.046. How to see the log, that also I told you, isn't it? First you solve this one, ultimately this is final log value. Now here what is there? EA by 2.303 into 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse, now mole inverse. Now here what would be there? Into bracket, this is 50 by 700 into 650. 650. Now just see. What about EA equal to 1.046 into 2.303 into 8.314 into 700 into 650 divided by 50 here. So now if you solve this one, everything, so here EA value equal to, if you solve this one, so EA equal to, you will have 1.182254. So now EA, this one is given in the joule. So you can convert this one into joule. So kilojoule. So joule is smaller unit, kilojoule is bigger unit. Then what should be there? 18224 divided by 1000, because 1000 joule equal to 1 kilojoule. So here what should be there? 182.254 kilojoule mole inverse. That is the activation energy value. Dear cadets, I told you how to calculate the EA. Now with the help of Arrhenius equation, we can calculate this one also, log A also. Just see, one numerical I told, log A how to calculate. Even log A can also be calculated. Log A can be calculated when log A, EA and all these values are given. Now log A can also be calculated if log K, EA and all these things are given. So just try to understand, with the help of Arrhenius equation, we can calculate every expressions which are involved there except one. Are you getting my point or not? Means you can calculate everything if all expression values are given except one expression value is not given. Like here, some other form of this equation is also there. What are those forms? already we have calculated this C. What is that one? K equal to what is there? A minus E. Now here what? A E raised to the power EA by RT. Now if we take log, so you know what would be the form? Log A here 2.3. You know this expression also. So with the help of this expression also we can calculate so many things. In this way this chapter is completely completed. Now what is there? One electrochemistry is there. Electrochemistry will be taught by Murthy sir, and after the completion of electrochemistry I will teach you the surface chemistry. In this way only your syllabus will be completed. One unit I will teach, another unit sir will teach. So please, whatever chemical kinetics videos are there, time and again see, solve the numericals also. As far as numericals are concerned, there are 3-4 areas. Number one is the numerical which is based on integrated rate equation for first order and zero order. I have already given you enough practice. Next one is the numerical which are based on half-life period of zero order reaction and first order reaction. Those numericals also I have completed. Now another area for the numerical is Arrhenius equation. So how to calculate the activation energy I told. Another thing also you can do it. In this way this unit is completely completed. I have tried my level best. How much you have got I don't know, but from my side whatever was possible I did. Thank you very much.